If Wladimir Klitschko loses to Tyson Fury, will that be the end of the Klitschko era? I don't think so. I think, yes, Vladimir Klitschko will probably not fight again, but I think Vitali Klitschko, rightly or wrongly, looks at Tyson Fury as someone that's very beatable to him. I think Vitali Klitschko, even though he's mayor of Kiev right now and he wants to be president of Ukraine, and since he's been voted in twice in Kiev as the mayor, he looks like he's very popular as a politician and it's very likely he'll eventually be president. So I think he's going to put a lot of effort into this, but he's been putting effort into his political career long before he actually retired from boxing. So I think Vitaly Klitschko, if his brother does lose, I think he's going to have another go at this. I think he's going to realise he's getting old, and if he wants to have another go at it, he better do it now. And as he thinks Tyson Fury is someone that's very beatable, they'll take that risk. And the obvious way for Vitaly Klitschko to do that is to take on the WBC challenger, whoever it'll be at that time. Could still be Deontay Wilder, or it could be Alexander Povetkin. As you know, he's a WBC champion in Emirates. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've never actually had to say the word before or heard anyone say it before. So he can challenge whoever's got the WBC title whenever he wants. So I think that's the first fight he'll have. It's like a warm-up fight for Tyson Fury. Either Alexander Povetkin or Deontay Wilder. And then I think he'll immediately take a match against Tyson Fury. I mean, obviously, Tyson Fury is kind of somebody he's not actually had the opportunity to fight before. What I mean by that is Tyson Fury outsizes him in pretty much every way. Tyson Fury's a couple inches taller than him. Tyson Fury has a massive 6-inch reach advantage over Vitali Klitschko. A lot of people forget when they look at Vitali Klitschko because he's so tall. He's actually got quite a short reach, well, a very short reach for his height at only 79 inches. Probably a lot of the people he actually fought, even though he out-talled them, he was probably at a reach disadvantage against a lot of the opponents he faced. So it's going to be an unusual situation, but out of the two of them, Vitali Klitschko is the main fighter. He's not the boxer, he's not the kind of guy that'll stay back and want to outpoint his opponents and feel more satisfied by outpointing an opponent and outworking and outsmarting an opponent. He'll take the fight to him. If he finds Tyson Fury's got the reach advantage and he's outboxing Vitali Klitschko will take the fight to him and he'll make it a far more entertaining fight. Can Vitali Klitschko beat Tyson Fury? I really don't know at this point. I really don't know. I mean, look at the last two fights of Vitali Klitschko's career. Derek Chisora and Manuel Char. He was definitely slowing down. His reflexes were going then. He was definitely a lot slower. He's plodding around more. He was still dominating in them fights. And in all fairness to Vitali Klitschko, when he fought Derek Chisora, he had a torn rotor cuff and he was only able to paw away with his left hand. So he wasn't able to keep Derek Chisora off him as much. But with Vitali Klitschko, slower, probably a bit fatter, not got the same reflexes. His strength had gone long before his 40s and when he was fighting at 40 and 41. I mean, when he came back to fight Samuel Peter and for the rest of his career on the comeback, because remember, he retired for 4 years with injuries, with quite bad injuries. He was still strong, but he didn't have the power he used to have. His knockout ratio suffered greatly in his second run as WBC champion. So I wouldn't ever rule Vitali Klitschko out of a fight. I mean, he's the one person I would never rule out of losing. I mean, winning a fight, because his record is tremendous. If you look at what he's achieved, he's never been knocked down before. He's only been wobbled once, I think, by Corey Sanders. I mean, he took some vicious shots from Lennox Lewis and didn't even budge him at all, not one bit. He's got the highest knockout ratio in heavyweight history. He's never been behind in the scorecards. The only fights he did lose got stopped because of injuries he sustained. One was the cut, and one was a torn rotor cuff, quite a severely torn rotor cuff. He was winning both them fights clearly before it was stopped. He's never truly lost a fight, so it's kind of a hard person to bet against. And I would really like to see Vitali actually against Tyson Fury, or anyone else really, currently or in history. Of course the fight won't happen if Wladimir beats Tyson Fury. I think Vitali wants to kind of stay out of Wladimir Klitschko's way for the rest of his career. Wladimir Klitschko obviously wants to unify the titles before he retires, and if Vitali came back without Wladimir being retired, then he's just getting in the road of his brother and what his brother really wants to achieve with his life. I mean, Vitali's main aim is politics now, and Vladimir's main aim is to be unified champion of the world. But I would still like to see the fight. Anyway, that's all I've got to say.